Hola, ¿qué tal, gente? Bienvenidos a mi canal un día más. Bienvenidos de nuevo a Broken Sword 2.5, el retorno de los Templarios. Volvemos con el amigo George Stobart después de todos los acontecimientos de York, de Inglaterra. Volvimos a París y al parecer vamos ahora al Museo Crune. Viejo lugar al que íbamos. Recuerda también que Lobino pues es un mala gente. Lobino es mala gente, pero este es mala gente de verdad. Parece ser que es malo. Y Nico está por ahí perdido con Khan, que Khan está vivo. Y no sabemos dónde está. No sabemos dónde está esta gente. Así que nada, sin más dilatación, vamos a darle aquí. Pom, 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 pom. Vale. Ya bajamos un poquito el volumen. Vamos a ver, ¿tiene algo en el contestador, Nico? No, no.
That's Nico's answering machine. I've got one of these myself back home in America, and I hate it.
No tiene pinta. Pues vámonos. No sabemos si ha vuelto Nico, si no ha vuelto, que no tenemos ni idea, que no sabemos dónde está. Vale, aquí es como si no hubiera pasado nada. Museo Crune, ¿no?
Great, I'm lost.
Porque hay un tío esposado de pies y manos.
Wow, a piece of a broken dental brace.
Poco de oro.
Wow, a piece of a broken dental brace.
Parece ser que no quiere cogerlo. Bueno, pues nada.
Hi, could you help me?
That depends on your question. What's your name?
My name is George Stobart. Stobart, 2 B's and 2 T's. What's your name?
Nice to meet you, George. My name is Dr. Blackter. How can I help you?
¿Por qué estás esposado?
I don't mean to be rude, but why are you bound hand and foot?
I can hardly answer that question, George.
Why is that? You must have done something, or you wouldn't be in chains, would you?
Well, in my eyes, what I did wasn't wrong at all, George. Only in the eyes of the people that saw me do it. To me, what's important is not what I've done or not done, but why you're asking me about it. In today's society, it seems almost commonplace to put people in chains who haven't done anything wrong. Consequently, I assume it's nothing unusual to be in chains anymore. Which leads me to the question, why are you still walking free? Isn't that an irrefutable sign that we're living in an Orwellian society, George?
Wow, you know, I've never seen it from that perspective.
Desde luego,
Putting
vamos.
that guy in chains makes sense to me now. Well, would you tell me what entirely innocent and legal act you committed before this degraded society felt the need to take you into custody?
I had dinner with a patient.
Wow, that does seem a bit of a harsh sentence. Maybe I had the wrong impression of you. Is that really all there is to it?
Well, he was the main course.
Mother of God. Now that is illegal, Doctor. And not exactly great medical ethics.
You didn't know him, George? So you can't judge, can you? He was a very unpleasant human being whose way of treating others put him totally out of place in this world.
But as a doctor, shouldn't you have been helping to remedy that?
I cure only what I'm able to cure, George. In that case, it wasn't the patient I had to cure, but the world that needed to be cured of him, and is that bit cleaner as a result.
Well, I definitely wasn't wrong about him. Doctor, I think you have a serious problem.
If you say so, George. You see, I have stopped arguing with people. Nobody ever really listens. to my arguments.
I can see why. I guess I've heard enough of that. Let's change the subject.
You don't know what to say, right, George? You know, there are people that want to seriously discuss things, and others only want to do small talk. I'm not one for such primitive conversation. It's beneath me.
Which kind would I be then?
My knowledge of human nature tells me that you wouldn't like my answer. You'd be offended.
Alright, I can live with your judgment.
You see, George, even though I haven't told you, you already know the answer. You're offended, and you don't want to discuss it any further. I was right in all respects.
He was right. I think this lunatic is too smart for me.
Vaya colgado, que se comió a alguien. Hombre, pues sí que es para encerrarlo, la verdad.
I'm looking for the museum crew. I should know where to find it, but I got lost somehow.
I can't tell you the way, but I'd like to know something from you. Or rather, about you in exchange.
Listen, I'm not really feeling like Q&A games right now.
Quid pro quo, George. You tell me something, I tell you something.
If it's absolutely necessary.
¿Qué quieres saber?
Do you have a girlfriend, George?
Hey, that's kind of personal.
Do you want to know the way or not, George? I'm sure that none of the people you'll meet here will be as cooperative as me.
Okay, I have a girlfriend.
Well done. First, walk down this street until you reach a corner shop. What's your girlfriend's name, George?
Why should I tell you that?
Quid pro quo, George.
Qué mal rollo da este tío, de verdad.
You've got some nerve. Her name is...
Voy a decirle la verdad, aunque me pueda que me arrepienta.
Her name is Nico.
Well done, George. Well done. After that corner shop, you turn left to face Notre Dame. Then walk straight on. Do you have dreams, George?
But...
Quid pro.
Okay. I dream about my girlfriend being abducted and I can't do anything about it. That's terrible sometimes. I can't believe what I've just told this madman.
Take the first turn right and you'll find the museum. Do you hear your girlfriend scream in your dreams, George? Do you hear her scream? Take good care of your girlfriend, George.
Joder con el colega, ave, madre mía. Ah, no.
Museum crew closed for refurbishing. Damn it, wait, maybe there's another museum.
Hotel Ubu, Montfaucon, Café Chantelbert, Parque Rouge, France National. A ver, Montfaucon conoce a alguien. No sé, por curiosidad, ¿sabes? Joder, pues con lo que hemos liado para llegar al puto museo. ¿Habrá alguien aquí? Lo dudo, ¿no? Yo creo que esto es más que nada en plan fanservice, ya está. Aquí no tiene nadie. Este sigue ahí oliendo su tanga.
Museum crew... Damn it.
Cerrar por reforma. Coño, pero esto qué
I
es.
can't remember what the French call the Baphomet idol. Was it Marseille?
I don't think so. I think it was something with an S.
If only someone could help us.
Y esta gente.
Pardon me? Excuse me. Can you hear me?
El pote.
It says that Montfaucon is collecting donations for the Third World next Saturday. The priest invites the congregation to come and listen to the choir sing. That's it. Why didn't I remember the priest sooner? He knew about the Templars when I first came to Paris. Maybe he can help.
Ah, vale. Ahora sí estará, supongo. Sí, sí, sí. He leído el post y lo he invocado. Ay. O sea, el padre ha cambiado tela, ¿eh? Ahora es un padre de verdad.
Pardon me.
Yes, what can I do for you?
Do you remember me?
Oh, you're the man whose chalice I cleaned.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
No, it's alright. I enjoyed doing it.
Really? That's a relief. Have you seen Nicole Collard lately? She's my girlfriend. Black hair, smartly dressed. I'm looking for her.
Every day scores of people enter these walls. I find it hard to remember all their names and faces.
Hombre, es normal, ¿no?
But I am sure you will find her. God will be with you.
Can you tell me what the idol of Baphomet used to be called?
Baphomet.
No, I mean in French.
Oh well, let me think. I can't remember, but I remember seeing the name somewhere here in this church.
Okay, I'll take a look around. Thanks anyway.
You are very welcome.
This church is just as splendid as I remember.
Yes, it is, and that is thanks to the people of the parish, who have given large donations not only to support the poor souls in the third world, but also for the restoration of this church. Are you coming to this service next Saturday?
Lo dudo.
I have read your appeal for donations, but I'm afraid I won't have the time. There's a lot going on in my life at the moment, you know?
It is sad to see fewer and fewer people coming to the sermon over the last few years, you know? It used to be different. Well, I can understand those people though. God gave them the wonderful gift to acquire knowledge and they make use of it. But progress makes people rush from place to place. They just don't have the time anymore. It is strange that the faster they move, the less time they seem to have.
Uy. Oh. A ver, es temprano. Estoy acostumbrado a estar tan temprano. Vamos a ver. ¿Y dónde coño estará ahora Baphomet? ¿Los cristales?
As I take a closer look, I see it. The writing Baphomet below the illustration of Jesus can easily be made out. But there's something written underneath it, much smaller.
¿Y qué dice?
No, it's pointless. I can't read it.
Voy a necesitar una lupa o algo así, ¿a que sí? Vale. Pues nada, pues a buscar lo que nos haga falta. Que supongo que será una lupa.
A magnifying glass. It probably belongs to one of the tourists. I won't go in there again.
No. Y por qué no coge la lupa tal cual y ya está.
That's not a good idea. A magnifying glass. It probably belongs to one of the tourists.
Voy y vuelvo, yo qué sé. No. Por cierto, qué oportuno, ¿no?
That's not... A magnifying glass.
Yo por cogerla, George. Te juro que a veces tienes unas cosas, tío.
I won't go in there again.
Lo que haber dicho desde... Yo lo sé. Yo creo que aquí ya hemos hecho todo en lo del Parque Rouge. No podía ir para allá, no. Aquí sigue el niño y todo. Aquí también está todo hecho. ¡Eh!
What can I do for you, monsieur?
I'll have a coffee. Black coffee, please.
Anything else?
No me dejaré contestar.
Here we are, sir. A black coffee.
I'd like a piece of cake.
Oh, excusez-moi. Our patisserie couldn't deliver any cakes this week.
Do you have ice cream?
No, I'm sorry, but we do not have any ice cream. But we do have quite cheap ice lollies.
Okay. I'd like to pay, please.
That is 16 euros 80.
What? That's a ripoff.
16,80.
Okay. I don't have a choice, do I?
¿Y de qué me ha servido esto? Aparte de que me atraquen. Ah, que se ha ido la gente. Y han dejado la lupa. Una lupa muy oportuna. Porque a ver qué coño.
A magnifying glass. It probably belongs to one of the tourists. I wonder if they'll miss it. I guess not.
Que es lo que digo, en plan, que qué oportuno, ¿no? Mira, me hace falta una lupa. Pues ahí en el suelo hay una. Ay, señor. Ay. Vale, ahora con esta lupa oportuna vamos a mirar el cristal.
I can see the small writing through the magnifying glass. It reads Sue. That's it.
Claro. Tengo ni idea de lo que me está hablando. Su. Mismo, ¿sabes? Pues vámonos. Pero es que te digo, es que te vas a otro país de turismo y te llevas una lupa. Ah, no, tendré que hablar de su con... Vale. Preguntémosle al padre. Que pensaba que era un lugar, yo qué sé. Sacerdote. Uy, joder. A ver, normal, son las 9:30 de la mañana. Vale, definitivamente me estoy perdiendo algo y no sé el qué. ¿Qué coño querrá decir lo del su ese? Y el otro, claro, tío, es que... Ah. Bueno, pues a seguir... No, verdad, Museo Colonial. Si entramos, no pasa nada, ¿no? Es lo mismo, sí, lo mismo. Voy a hablarle por si acaso, yo qué sé. Camarera, ¿tú esto lo sabes? Nada.
If I can get you anything, just call me. Oui?
Okay, thank you.
Oui.
Hello?
Habrá que insistirle. Espérate. Voy a probar a insistirle. Voy a probar un momento.
So,
That's it.
Yes, that's it.
Thank you very much.
no, not at all. Maybe you can help me in exchange.
Okay, what's the problem?
¿Ves?
Can you tell me where I can find a museum that houses objects from the age of the Templars?
Let me think. How about the Museum Natres near the Montfaucon?
Thanks, you've been a great help. Have you heard about the explosion a few years back?
What?
The explosion! Broken glass all around, me in the middle.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
Boom, and everything was broken. Luckily, I was able to save myself by diving out of the way like a cat.
Well, that's really exciting.
Yeah, it was, kind of.
Los reflejos gatunos. Aquí está, Museo Natrey. Está viendo el furbito.
Can you tell me something about...
Be quiet out there.
Come back later.
But I can't go in without a ticket.
That's not our problem. We're watching the match.
Amables, la verdad. Claro, tiene pinta que no nos va a dejar pasar sin el pase.
You won't just let me in there, will you?
I can't. There's restoration work going on in there. The exhibits will be available in about 2 months.
Lo que pasa es que todos los museos del mundo están en...
I hear that Museum Kroon is completely closed for restoration.
That's true. The city is investing a lot of money in the restoration of the local museums. You're lucky the museum hasn't been closed as well.
Have you ever heard of the Templars?
You mean the Knights Templar? Yes, there are some artifacts just behind this door.
Do you know what it is?
No, monsieur. I'm not really interested in those things. My fields are football and... well, my wife.
Ah, vale.
Have you seen a good-looking black-haired woman?
Evans, no, I'm happily married. Well, most of the time.
She's my girlfriend. I'm looking for her.
Sorry, I haven't seen her.
I can't wait for 2 months. Can't you make a little exception? I need some information I can probably get in this room.
I'm sorry, sir, but I can't let you go in there.
Nice weather. Perfect for playing football. Outside.
I can't take it any longer, sir. Could you stop talking about football, please?
Fulbito.
Aren't you interested in the match? Your colleagues in the ticket booth are watching the match between France and Germany. Don't you want to see that match?
You're right, of course. I'd love to see the match, but I'm not allowed to leave my post here. That's why I'd be much obliged if you could stop talking about it. It makes me sad.
Your colleagues are watching the game in the ticket booth, and you're here. Don't you think it's a little unfair that you have to work?
Well, what can I say? I tried to take the day off, but my colleagues were faster than me.
¿Y si te doy una pelota?
Oh no.
No.
I don't have any money left. I'll have to sneak in.
¿Y cómo coño nos colamos, tío?
No.
Hey, you! You haven't paid!
No one gets in for free. Come here and pay.
Ah. Vale. Tiene que ser cuando no miren.
That doesn't work. That's...
Coño, ¿qué hacemos nosotros aquí?
I've tried it the nice and friendly way. Now it's time for a dastardly piece of cunning.
Ah, vale.
Oh my god, a penalty for the French team! What a brutal foul on Zidane!
Qué brutal falta sobre Zidane, ¿sabes?
I must see that game. Could you take over my post for a minute while I go and watch the penalty?
Sure, pleasure.
Thank you so much, sir. Don't let anyone in. I'll be back in a minute.
En un minuto, sí. Ya como corre. Vámonos para adentro.
It's not an FHM, but you must always educate yourself with new things. This says that the parchment is one of the last documents written by Jacques de Molay. Shortly before he was burnt at the stake, he is said to have told one of his servant boys, Geoffrey de Charnay, the secret of a lost seal that was said to be more powerful than 1,000 gods. Wow, 1,000 gods, huh? Not just one, but 1,000. It says, Molay instructed Charnay to look for the seal, but before he could find it, he met the same fate as his master. Charnay was burnt alive by the French Inquisition. Although managed to hide the parchment from his enemies, the seal has remained lost to this day. The only trace that the parchment gives leads to is Portugal Tomar, a provincial small town northeast of Lisbon, the Templars' last European stronghold in the 14th century. When Tomar fell and the order was destroyed, the seal disappeared in the confusion of the war. But it is assumed that the seal is still hidden somewhere in the area. The sandy and rocky hills of Tomar are an attractive destination for archaeologists, tourists, and adventurous treasure seekers. That must be it. Tomar.
Pardon?
Nothing. It's alright. Stobart, you are fantastic. First, you got rid of the Watchmen, and now you even know your next destination. Portugal. It's some kind of science magazine. Main subject, bone findings in Israel. Sounds interesting.
Vale, pues nada, voy para Portugal. Un minuto, ¿no? Venga, anda, ahí te queda, compadre. Pues nada, gente, pero vamos a Portugal. Oh. Vale, vendedor de souvenir. Esto está en Portugal, coño, parece.
Hello.
Yes?
You wouldn't give me that box of chocolates for free if I asked nicely, would you?
Who do you think you are? Leave me alone if you're not buying anything.
Can I pay for those chocolates by credit card?
Do you have a MasterCard?
No, American Express.
Can't you read the sign? It says only MasterCard in capital letters. And now you are driving away my customers with your loitering.
Mister, you could be a bit more polite. Are you by any chance interested in the well over there and the workings?
Not really. What's so interesting about a well?
Now come on, it might hide the greatest treasure of the Knights Templar.
Knights... what?
Templar. Knights Templar. Didn't you pay attention in history class?
I never went to school.
How long have you had this shop?
Since that crazy professor over there started believing he can find some treasure down the well.
But that's possible, isn't it?
He won't find anything. 2 weeks ago, I told him I had lost my wristwatch and asked him to keep an eye open.
Did you get it back?
Yes and no. I found it near the well, but now it's gone again.
My God, you're not real good at taking care of your things, are you?
That's not easy if you have to watch the shop all the time because some brat wants to mess about with your goods. I even cut holes in my newspapers so I can see what's going on while those thieves think I'm reading.
Have you caught anyone yet?
Certainly. That brat over there tried to steal a box of chocolates. I caught him and spanked his ass like in the good old times.
Maybe I can find your watch.
If you want to look for it, fine. I've stopped looking for it a few days ago. I'll only lose it again.
Creo que el control reloj puede ser esto. Coño, está ahí. Qué fácil, ya encontré el reloj.
Seen from close range, the watch doesn't look as cheap anymore. There's an engraving. Ilak al-Kalb? That rings a bell somewhere.
Y la calcab, a ver. Vaya torpe.
I found your wristwatch.
Thanks!
How about a tiny finder's reward?
You expect me to give you a reward?
Now listen, I find your watch, sacrificing valuable moments of my short life in the process, and you won't give me a reward?
Okay. Here, you have a keyring. Please excuse my rudeness.
¿Qué es lo que me va a dar, cabrón? ¿Un ancla? Un golfillo. ¡Eres un golfillo!
Hey you!
What? Me?
Yes, you. Do you have a minute? What are you doing in a place like this?
I live here, sir, in the street, in the nature.
You're not serious.
I earn a living from polishing shoes, begging, and stealing.
Ah, vale. No hay nada que hablar con él. Pues toma una pelota.
That doesn't work.
No quiere la pelota. Vale. ¿Puedo robar a este señor?
Although I'm filled with guilt, I snatch an item from the bag. It's a thread. That's not a good idea.
No. ¿Y con esto? Vale. Entiendo que con el
My name
pozo.
is George.
Ah! Oh, pardon me. You made me jump a little. Bom dia. My name is Professor Arruda.
Arruda. Profesor Arruda.
What are you doing with the well?
This isn't a well. It's an antique cistern.
Cistern? What's that?
Holy mother. It's an underground container for rainwater.
And what is it that you're doing with this cistern?
I'm examining it.
I can see that, but why?
I'm an archaeologist, and I'm about to make a really important discovery.
What discovery is that?
Are you interested in history?
Oh, me
About
encanta.
a year ago, I would have asked myself the same question until this thing with the Templars happened.
Oh, you do seem interested in history. Do you have some time? I can tell you the whole story.
Sure.
Cuéntame.
Well, as you might have heard, Portugal was a paradise for the Templars. Besides France, it was the first European country in which the order established itself after its foundation in Jerusalem in 1119. In 1128, Queen Teresa presented Castle Surrey to the order as a gift. It lay near the Crescent Front.
Crescent Front? You mean the front line with the Arabs?
The Moors, correct. In 1147, Teresa's son and heir Alfonso, a Templar, conquered the Arab stronghold Lisbona with the help of his fellow knights. Today, Lisbona is called Lisbon. Alfonso declared Portugal's independence and became its first king. In return for the Templars' help, he gave them a stretch of land in the heart of the country, where the Templars built this castle. At the time, the Order's Grand Master was a man named Gualdim Pace, sometimes known as Galdinus. Tomar became the Templars' military headquarters, so to speak.
What happened then?
In 1291, the last Christian bastions in the Holy Land fell, and the Europeans blamed the Templars. Trouble was at hand for the Order. And then a French spy called Esquieu heard about the Templars' satanic practices from a disgraced ex-Templar, and reported this news to the French king.
Philip IV?
You know of him?
A little, but go on.
Well, at the time, the accusations revolved around a mysterious graven image
Baphomet.
Baphomet?
Are you sure you don't want to tell the rest yourself?
You can skip the bit about the Baphomet part. I'm kind of familiar with that.
Are you also aware that the original idol is believed to be here in Tomar?
That's a new one on me.
I got the information from the transcripts made by the Inquisition. The idol itself was never found, but there is still an image of Baphomet within the castle. It is engraved on one of the bricks in the kitchen wall. If it were to be removed, it is said the ceiling and with it the whole building would collapse.
My mission here might be a little harder than I first expected. Back to the Templars.
Well, on Friday the 13th of October 1307, Philip IV had all known Templars in France arrested. Even in Spain, where the Templars had eliminated the Arab threat, people turned against the order because they no longer needed the Knights' protection. In 1308, the Spanish Templars escaped across the Tajo to Portugal and occupied the stronghold Almuror. All their treasures they took with them, and it is assumed that they were later brought here to Tomar.
But what made the Templars think they were safe in Portugal?
The Portuguese king Denis hadn't forgotten what the Templars had done for his country and was still grateful. He granted them sanctuary. In fact, it was Denis who re-established the order under another name with the elder Joao Lorenzo. They lived here as the Order of Christ and even kept their trademark, the Red Cross.
But what about the cistern?
A cistern? Yes, the cistern. I will come to that. This cistern is far too refined to have served as a mere water butt. I believe the Templars hid something extremely important here.
Wait, did he say extremely important? Maybe he's talking about the seal I'm looking for. Tell me more. Do you have any idea what it could be that they hid here?
Who knows? Maybe the Templar seal that was lost when the Order was destroyed. Maybe the fifth Gospel, which Christ is said to have written himself, and was believed to have been in the Templars' possession, as with the Holy Grail.
The seal! The return of the Templars!
Right. The time of reincarnation. The hour of revenge. The dawn of a new empire.
And a single seal is supposed to do that? How could the Templars have done that, Professor?
The question should be, how can they do that?
Can do...
Yes, George. Can do. After the Templars' extermination, the seal vanished. Philip the Fair had hundreds of soldiers search for it. It was the iconic symbol of the Order. He knew what power the seal possessed, and according to the legend, still does.
What power?
You weren't listening, George. The power of return.
Are you telling me this seal has magical powers?
Don't be stupid, George. The seal itself does not. But I assume it can trigger some kind of mechanism which could prove Einstein's theory of space warp.
Joder, vaya tela con el sello, ¿no?
I don't understand. What's Einstein got to do with this?
By means of space warp, it is possible to travel into the past.
And why hasn't anyone made a trip to the past yet?
How do you know no one has?
Are you telling me...
No, I only wanted to show that you can never be sure, George. Remember that.
Do you believe that people have traveled to the past?
Not yet, as there are no machines that can maintain the gravitation field. The power of the field collapses within milliseconds.
So there's no need to worry, right?
I didn't say that. The fact is, nowadays, there are machines that can open the gate for a short time. Only they need something to keep it open, to stabilize it. And that's where the seal comes in.
How can such a tiny seal stabilize a gravitation field of this size?
It's the belief of people, George. Millions of people have died for their belief in this emblem. It has developed a force stronger than the gravitational field, and thus the seal can maintain the gate. That's the mystic part of the story.
So the Templars need the seal to stabilize a gravitational field and to travel into the past. But where's the sense in that? Why time of return?
Listen, the gravitational field enables time travel, but only for a fixed span of time. 700 years.
The penny hasn't dropped there.
Think about it, George. What 700th anniversary do we have in 3 days?
The Battle of Paris!
Exactly. The Battle of Paris. 10th October 1303. Thousands of Templars died before the city gates in an attempt to kill the French king and seize power of France. As France was the military force in Europe at the time, it is hard to imagine what today's Europe would look like if the Templars had won the battle.
What now?
We must stop them. The Neo-Templars will try to get hold of this seal and use it to travel back 700 years, one day before the Battle of Paris. That will be the 9th of October. They will take modern weapons and reinforce the Templars' troops with their own. The battle would be won easily. Everything we know today as a modern democratic society would disappear even from our memories. At least, that's what I assume. No one really knows what consequences an alteration of the past would have for us.
Madre mía, vaya fumada.
Why is it Return of the Templars then?
Now you can't interpret that literally. What they mean is the symbolic return. The Templars' culture would return to the present by this alteration, unless we stop them.
What if the seal isn't down there?
Then may God help us.
So what are we waiting for? Let's climb in, get that thing up here, and save the world.
I don't think so. The Portuguese Ministry of Cultural Affairs has forbidden any excavations on this site.
What? But why?
Who knows? But the fact is, I can't go down there, and neither can you.
Joder.
What if you happen to doze off for a while, and a total stranger to you, say an American tourist, fell into the hole in a totally unintended and still careful way, and once down there he found...
Forget it. I appreciate scientific spirit, but I will abide by the law.
But we're talking about our future, Professor, and you want to go by the law? There won't be any laws to obey if we don't act now! Is there really nothing that could make you leave the hole for a minute?
I'm afraid not.
Damn.
Hay que quitarlo de en medio.
Can you tell me something?
Sure.
What role does Prince Zihang have in this? I have evidence that the Templars were somehow connected to the Chinese nobility.
That's true. Jacques de Molay asked Prince Dorima Cha II for 100,000 soldiers. And if he had got them, they might have changed the course of the battle. Though it would still have been very close and probably bloody.
He didn't get them?
No. The prince doubted Molay's loyalty. And after the negotiations, he dropped the Grand Master like a hot potato. De Molay swore revenge, but it all came out differently. I assume today's Templars want to take revenge on the Chinese nobility for the treason. For treason, they feel it was. Only nobody knows exactly where the core of the old nobility is now.
Vale.
Okay, I'll take a look around.
Sim, por favor.
Hay que quitarlo de en medio al nota este.
Could you do me a favor? Do you see that professor over there? He won't let me work at the well. Could you distract him for a minute?
What do I get for it?
Let me think.
You know I never managed to steal anything from the souvenir seller. He always seems distracted when he is reading his newspaper. But he cuts holes in it and looks through them and notices everyone who comes near. I swear to you, sir, once I tried to take a box of Berg chocolate sweetmeats, but he got me and spanked my arse. Since then, he has chased me away whenever I have come near the shop.
And I think he has a reason to. Stealing isn't the right way to make a living.
But I didn't have money, and I've never eaten chocolate in my life.
I can understand that. A childhood without chocolate. That's unimaginable. Will you help me if I get you the chocolate?
Sure. I'd be happy to, sir.
Vale. Oh, y si le doy... Toma, esta revista está guapa, ¿eh?
That's not gonna work. Why not? Might be useful at some point.
Vale. Para bajar tenemos como.
I don't need any souvenirs. Maybe later.
Chocolate.
No. That doesn't work. That doesn't work.
Don't even think that I haven't seen you. Put that back.
Ay. ¿Qué podríamos usar más para mangarle el chocolate a este tío?
That's the old man's bag. Nope. It's some kind of science magazine. Main subject, bone findings in Israel. Sounds interesting. Hi, it's me again.
But I have already given you your reward.
Aren't you feeling like reading anymore?
I don't have anything left to read. I already know this paper by heart. But what business is it of yours?
Just curious. I'll be off then.
Goodbye.
Vale, ahora sí. Toma.
How about reading a magazine?
But that is French.
Damn, that totally escaped me.
Well then, I'm lucky that my mama is from Bordeaux, huh?
Pardon?
Just give me that and go away.
The shopkeeper forgot to cut holes into the magazine, but I fear he might see my shadow when I lean over the stall to steal the chocolate. I don't think so.
Ah, la caña de pescar. Mismo, ¿no?
Great, I have the chocolate.
Bien. Toma, niño. Golfillo.
Here's your chocolate.
Give it to me. Who did you want me to distract?
The man at the well.
Okay, I will steal his bag. I'm good at that.
Great. The boy has stolen the man's bag and the man has run after him. Now the well's unguarded.
¿O para abajo? Creo que no hace falta en la caña. Para acá.
No.
Vale. Se puede bajar.
It goes down about 4 meters. But as the inside of the well is rough, I can get my hands into the gaps and get in or out without too much trouble.
Vale. Baphomet.
Looks like something's hidden underneath it.
Pues cógelo, coño.
It's 1/2 of a key. The Templars must have hidden the other part. But where? Forget that. It's too hard for my bare hands. The brick looks unsound, though.
Espérate. Voy a guardar por lo que pueda pasar.
I can't believe it. The professor was right. The Templars were here. I'd rather not. Forget that. It's too hard for my bare hands.
¿Con la de esto? No. ¿Y con esto? Ah, pues sí.
Having finished off the brick with the screwdriver, the second half of the key is revealed. George Stobart, tracing the Templars again.
Dame esa llave. Y para adentro.
That's not a good idea.
¿Y por qué no?
That's not... I'd rather not. That's not gonna... Next to the idol is a small gap. It doesn't work. These parts don't hold together.
¿Que no encajan de qué? No, creo que tiene que estar aquí abajo ya.
I don't need any souvenir.
Vale, no.
Yes, that's it.
Vale. Si da el botón derecho se deshace todo, claro. Vale, pues ahora sí.
I can hardly believe my eyes. It's the seal. We've outrun the Templars. We've made it. I must tell the professor.
No, you will never get this seal. Give it to me, Professor Aruda. Now! Even though you betrayed the Order by your sudden disappearance, we will reward you. Never! George, run! Monsieur Stobart, good to see you back again.
The feeling isn't mutual, to be honest.
You have something that belongs to us.
Oh, really?
Flap, shoot the Professor, and then get Stobart.
¿Qué quiere que haga?
I don't think so.
¿Y qué hago yo aquí? Joder, pues menos que guardé. Vale, lo pillo. Vale. ¿Y qué es lo que quieren que haga yo ahí? No sé. Ah, vale. Ya lo he visto. Ve aquí.
Having finished off the brick with the screwdriver, the second half of the key is revealed.
No me había dado cuenta.
George Stobart, tracing the Templars again.
No había visto el de esto del sello ahí. Vale, pues entonces esto con la cuerda.
Yes, that.
Y esto para acá.
I can hardly believe.
Vale. ¡Oh, no me puedo creer el sello! ¡Oh!
We've outrun.
No. Give it a... Even... Never...
The feet. Oh, real.
No, me profesor.
A long flight of stairs. I guess it leads outside to safety.
Te va a sacar de Portugal. Literalmente lo que he dicho, te va a sacar de Portugal. ¿Y te va a sacar de Portugal? De nuevo en el apartamento de Nico. Vale. Y ahora, amigo George, ¿ahora qué? Ahora puedo saber. Vale. Tiene que haber algo por aquí.
That's Nico's answering machine. I've got one of these myself.
Vale, nada. Ah, coño, carta.
That's a letter from Nico. She was here. No time for explanations. Take the next plane from Paris to Beijing. Ask for Bray. He'll take you to see Hang. Trust me. Nicole.
¿Cómo? ¿Que quiere que vayamos a China ahora? Yo, pues supuestamente quedaba una horita y poco más, ¿eh?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jacques Beaumenu, and I'm your captain for this flight. The weather is a bit rainy, but this will cause no delay on our flight. We are scheduled to land at Beijing Airport in approximately 8 hours' time. On behalf of myself and the crew, I would like to wish you a pleasant and relaxing flight.
Would you like a drink, sir?
Okay, I'll wait until the lady is gone and start my exploration of the plane later.
Would you like a drink, sir?
Ouch! What have you done? You poured coffee all over me. Idiotic staff. And I'm even paying for this.
Oh, I'm sorry. How stupid of me. Please let me clean this up.
Qué mala cara tiene este.
Good evening, my name is Stobart. George Stobart.
Oh, my name is Braun. Sigmund Braun. Are you the captain?
Not really. Just a passenger like you, I guess. If I were the captain, you could probably tell from my uniform.
Oh, please pardon me. I lost my glasses at the airport, and I have to admit that without them, I'm rather blind. I'm lucky I got on the right plane.
Vale, hombre musculoso.
Good evening, my name is George Stobart.
Oh, hello. I'm Armando. How are you, George?
Armando.
Fine, thanks. Would you mind if I talk to you for a while?
Sure. I don't like flights where you only sit around and wait.
Tell me something about yourself, Armando.
Okay, I'm from Argentina. I work there on a construction site, and in my free time I'm a bodybuilder. That's my passion.
Sounds interesting. What are you doing here in France?
I'm on my way to a huge contest. Boy, if I win that, I can retire.
Good luck
Boludo.
then.
Boludo, si me puedes retirar.
You know, I used to be just as muscular as you are. It's a lie, but a little bragging won't hurt anyone.
Really? Well, not much left of it. Sorry, George. Just kidding.
Alright, let's leave it at that.
Vale.
See you later.
Ciao.
Not much going on here.
¿Y ahora qué?
That doesn't work.
Bueno, ¿y ahora qué quieren que haga?
A well-conditioned young man. He reminds me of myself when I was a motorcycle
Corredor de
courier.
moto,
That's not gonna work.
Ah. Ah, vale.
A can of Coke is standing on the beverage trolley.
O sea, literalmente es un refresco de Coca-Cola.
That doesn't work.
¿Y este?
I'd rather not. No. That
¿Y para qué coño me han dado un refresco de cola? Es que no... Estoy ahora mismo
Nope.
altamente perdido.
Nope. The Coke can from the trolley. Tastes best when cool. I think a little refreshment won't hurt. Great. I'm obviously too stupid to open a Coke can. Now I have an unopened Coke can and a useless piece of metal. Maybe there's another can in the trolley.
Vale.
Nothing left on it.
I'm sorry, we don't have any Coke left, sir. Give me a minute here and I'll find you something else.
¿Qué coño hago con esto ahora?
That's not gonna work. I'd rather... That's...
Bueno, vamos a seguir haciendo el gilipollas, a ver.
No.
No. ¿Y esto? ¿Lo Armando?
Oh no.
Vale, al Armando nada.
That doesn't... I can't see what's... Nothing left on it. I can't see what's in there. There's a porthole, but it's closed. Nothing left on it. The metal piece is too thick.
Demasiado gruesa.
That doesn't...
No.
Oh.
No, coño. Queda otra pantalla, ¿ves?
The metal piece is too thick.
Demasiado... ¡Ah!
Hey, Armando.
Ah, hello, George.
Could you do me a favor?
Depends on the favor.
Well, I was wondering if you could bend this piece of metal.
I guess so. If you get me something to drink first, I'm so dehydrated and the stewardess isn't coming.
Toma.
By coincidence, I have a can of Coke. The problem is, I can't open it.
Let me see. No problem for me.
Pum. Joder.
Wow, you're really strong.
Now I just need something to eat.
I'm working on it, but can you do me my favor first?
Well, then give me a piece of your metal.
I've given you that already. Oh no, don't tell me you...
Here it is. I seem to have sat on it. Here you go. Smells a bit like Argentine breakfast, but I'm sure you don't mind.
Wow, it's already bent. Bent perfectly even. This guy seems to have well-trained buttocks.
Buenas nalgas, desde luego.
There we go. Open.
Un zumito. Tú roba ahí.
Wow, what am I supposed to say?
No sé lo que es.
Wow, what am...
Toma, ¿tienes sed?
Nope. That's not good.
La verdad que estamos haciendo cosas muy raras, ¿eh?
Nope. Oh. That's not... That... Oh. That's not... That's...
No. Ah, el piloto.
Hello. Are you enjoying the flight?
Oh, who are you? I lost my glasses in the airport.
I'm your steward on this flight. Is there anything you need? Would you like a drink, maybe?
No, thank you. What do you have?
Just name it.
Oh, some fruit juice will do for the moment.
Sure thing.
Vale.
Nope.
Toma.
Here you go.
Oh, thank you. That's just what I needed.
Vale.
That doesn't... Would you like another drink, sir?
Oh, yes. Can I have another fruit juice, please?
Claro, hombre. Te vamos a dar zumito. Te vamos a dar zumito. Vale, tú qué guapo.
Here you go.
Thank you. This fruit juice tastes different to the one I had before. It's almost a little hot in the throat.
I can tell at once, this guy is used to this sort of alcohol level. That rum would have reduced a normal man to tears. Oh, yes. That's a different flavor. Do you like it?
Tenemos otro drink, ¿sabes?
Can you get me a bottle of that?
I'd be glad to.
Échale ahí al muchacho.
Your fruit juice, sir.
Thanks.
Lo que pasa es que no sé por qué estamos emborrachando a este pobre hombre, la verdad. Señor, ¿está bien? Señor.
Is this the first time you've traveled by air?
No, unfortunately I've flown many times.
Why unfortunately? Flying is fun, isn't it?
That's what you think. But you have no idea what goes on behind the scenes in flight companies. It doesn't bear thinking about. It's frightening.
What do you mean?
Well, there are secret poisonings committed by the stewards, authorized by the companies.
You'll forgive me for not buying a story like that.
Yes, it's true. I'm a dietitian and I know when food is off or even poisoned. The most used poison is hexanol. That's pure and unrefined alcohol, and it can cause death when it is mixed into food or drink, depending on the amount, of course. The companies only put enough hexanol into the food so that it causes minor stomach aches. That means after 2 weeks in hospital, you're fine again, and the passenger just thinks he has eaten something that was off before the flight.
Now come on. How could the companies profit from poisoning their passengers?
You must speak quietly. About 4 million euro. The companies have a contract with the Board of Health which awards the company 4 million euro compensation for every passenger falling ill during the flight. It sounds obscure, but it's the truth. It's called Contract 20. Of course the companies can't poison anyone sitting in their flights. But there is a pattern to these plots. They always happen in a 4-month rhythm. What's so intriguing about it is the fact that every single passenger talks about the strange pink color that the food had when they ingested it. But before anyone could ever follow that lead, the food was gone.
Maybe the food was just off. Things like that happen.
That's where you're wrong. The pink coloring only occurs when the food is treated with hexanol. No other chemical creates such a reaction. What is important about it is whether it is a light or a dark pink color. If it's the light one, there is no lethal threat to life. But if it's the dark, you can say goodbye to life. Do you see behind that curtain? The stewardess is putting a little red file into the cupboard. That's it! She's only waiting for the order to use it. And when it comes, bang!
It still sounds a bit unlikely. The stewardess might be doing any number of things.
Just be alert. You have been warned.
Por cierto, este se ha levantado, ha hecho algo muy sospechoso para mi entender, ¿eh? A lo mejor cogió un refresco, yo qué sé. Ah, bueno, sí, había 3 de Lima, ¿no? ¿Puede ser?
I wonder what the in-flight magazine has on offer.
Is your drink, sir?
But I didn't order anything.
Oh, your neighbor in the next seat did that for you.
Good evening. My name is Monsieur Bray. I felt obliged to buy you a drink as a courtesy.
Es rosa. No, gracias, no.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't drink alcohol.
Are you sure? It's really good.
No.
I'm sorry. But if you like it, feel free to drink it yourself.
No. I've had 2 already.
As you wish, monsieur.
Es que tiene una cara de malo.
Should I have scruples? Yes, but I take the money away. I'll have a closer look at the wallet. Prince Chen Zhang of Zihang and Christophe Bray, 18702. Prince Chen Zhang of Zihang and Christophe Bray, 18702. Let's see what else is in there. This man wanted to kill me so I don't find the boy. But if Bray is on that photograph with the prince, it means that I'm coming too late. The only thing they need now is the seal. Lucky I have it.
Thank you, Stobart. Please follow me to the toilet without causing too much of a stir.
Okay, but I warn you. I get claustrophobic in small rooms.
Tengo que guardado.
You have the steel. Destroy it now.
What are you talking about?
I'm not a Templar.
Now come on, I might have had some blows to my head in my life, but please don't expect me to be that stupid. I've seen your member's badge.
You obviously think that only the Neo-Templars have spies.
So you're saying that you haven't promised your loyalty to the Templars, but you're operating against them instead?
You could say that.
Then who do you work for?
I am employed by the French Secret Service.
And what do you want from me, or the Templars?
That's a long story.
I've got time.
You said you were claustrophobic.
I am. But usually, only in old Syrian caves, with a single exit and a door mechanism buried in the wall.
Wow, I have that too. Anyway, we've been investigating against the Neo-Templars for more than 7 years. The allegations are suspicion of mass murder, forming an illegal cult, as well as drug abuse. But so far we haven't been successful. We couldn't prove anything. The evidence would always vanish before a trial could be set up. That is, until we found out that your friend Nicole Collard was working against the Templars for personal reasons. We established contact with your friend. She told us you had traveled back to the US. Furthermore, she was able to provide us with valuable information about the Templars. We infiltrated her into the Order as an informer, so she could find out more about them.
Vale, eso explica muchas cosas ahora.
Wait a minute. Nico told me she joined the Templars to free her uncle from the influence.
That's true. That was one of the mission objectives. Her uncle was the only contact we had to the Order. But at some point, he broke off all communication. It was helpful for us that it was her uncle. Because of this, she was ready to work for us as a spy. It worked out very well until she got the mission from the Templars to prove her loyalty. She was ordered to kill the foremost enemy of the Templars, the mayor of Paris.
So what was in the papers was really true?
No, she wasn't prepared to do it. She wanted to escape with her uncle and the evidence, but somehow she was discovered. She had to leave her uncle behind, but she managed to get us some good evidence on them. One piece of evidence she produced was a lead about the time travel. You have been busy to follow. Anyway, your girlfriend recommended we ask for your help in this matter. However, at the time, Miss Collard was already being watched around the clock. So we had to think of something. We made her disappear for a couple of days. What's more, we sent a message to you saying your girlfriend had died. Since the Templars were intercepting her mail, They believe she was dead and called off their observation. Although this may have deceived you as well, Monsieur Stobart, it served its purpose because, thank God, it made you come to us without the Templars noticing. Or at least, they didn't notice right away. When you arrived and the Templars had stopped tracking your friend, we allowed her to return to her old life. Of course, she couldn't tell you anything about our plans, because if the Templars had caught you, which they did, they could have tortured everything out of you. That would have destroyed all our efforts.
Where's Nico now?
I'll come to that. Nevertheless, we always had an eye on you. We couldn't protect you from being captured, but I was there all the time. For example, in the derailed underground you, Khan, and Miss Collard were in. We bribed the technicians and the train driver to make the train derail in a controlled manner and give you a chance to escape.
Hey, we could have died.
No, that's not true. The train was going about 14 miles an hour. That is enough to be shaken, certainly, but it's much
Bueno, a
too
ver,
sure
se
to
lió
cause any
bastante.
serious harm. When our men were trying to get you three out of there, we couldn't find you. Only Khan and Miss Collard were there, and no trace of you.
The train wasn't that big, you know.
We didn't have much time.
Ah.
It was a relief when we found out that you had the seal.
But why did you want to kill me earlier?
I couldn't run the risk of you meeting the boy.
Huh? Does Nico know that you wanted to kill me? And why shouldn't I protect the prince from the Templars?
I admit that Miss Collard didn't know about our plans to kill you. She wouldn't have agreed. She loves you, you know. We don't want you to reach the prince because he is conspiring with the Templars. He would probably have had you killed after you had given him the seal.
I don't understand anything. I was told that the prince's family betrayed the Templars. Why should the prince help his arch-nemesis by killing someone who's trying to fight them?
That's true. The Asian nobility betrayed the Templars. But that is the reason why the prince is conspiring with them now. Reconciliation. Only his closest confidants know about it. Even his bodyguards thought the Templars were intending to kill the prince. One of them was on your train.
But this meeting won't happen without the seal, will it?
Right. But there is some kind of a replacement seal the Templars are looking for now. They don't necessarily need yours.
And where's that replacement seal?
According to our latest information, it is in China as well. In a city
Wuhan.
called Wuhan. That's the place where a so-called tourist group is digging for dinosaur bones.
The Templars?
That's what we think.
One thing. Why do you have a picture of the prince?
How do you think I know the prince is conspiring with the Templars? I was one of his closest confidants.
What are we gonna do now?
We'll talk about that in China. You'll meet Miss Collard and Khan there. My colleagues have taken...
No sé, no me fío de
Okay,
este tío,
Redneck. From now on, we'll work together. Take arms.
All right, George.
No me fío de... No sé el por qué, pero no me fío de él. Ah, coño, pues están aquí de verdad.
We don't have much time left. In 3 hours, the ceremony takes place.
So you still assume the Templars have the second seal?
Monsieur Khan, I don't just assume it. I know it.
But what's the use of this seal here?
Precaution. If one seal breaks, there would still be a second one. You must know, George, that the Templars acted in a very careful and meticulous way.
What are we going to do?
I have some plastic explosives. We have to get close to the gate, attach the explosives, and get out as quickly as possible.
I see. We just trudge in there, say hello, leave the explosives, and walk out again?
Close. But we'll need a decoy.
Oh no.
Yes. That's where you come in.
Oh great. What do you want me to do?
Okay, Monsieur Stobart. You know what you must do?
Yeah, while I'm distracting the Neo-Templars, you sneak past them and fix the explosives to the gate.
Exactly. Khan, you take the detonator. If we haven't returned in the next 15 minutes, you push the button.
No.
Don't worry, Nico. We'll be out of there in time. Trust me.
George, I don't want to lose you. I love you.
Now don't get
Oh.
sentimental or I'll start crying.
George, let's go.
Vamos a guardar. Coño, que le subí otra vez. Vamos a guardar. Porque esto tiene pinta de muerte. Vámonos. Coño. Anda, mira quién es.
We've been expecting you.
You miserable traitor!
No, George. Better to call me Savior of the World.
You'll get us killed! You're insane!
What's happened to your cool and superior behavior, Senor Stobart?
I tend to get a little nervous when I'm facing people with an extreme form of megalomania.
I'd like to have this seal now, Senor Stobart.
But you already have it.
Don't be a fool. To open the door, I need more than just the one I have. For generations, the Templar possessed only one seal, even though the legend talks about 2 seals.
Pardon?
Well, I used you for my purposes. When you entered the game, we had the chance to discover the 2nd seal. Unfortunately, you came to the excavation site when I was about to take the Holy Cross.
So, what you told me at the wall were lies.
Not at all. Everything I told you was true. Apart from the fact that there exist 2 seals, and that both are needed to carry out the ceremony.
And why did you feign your own death?
We thought we could play around with you a little. Your research has been very enlightening and amusing at the same time. And now you're here.
Incredible!
And now, George, I'd like to have the 2nd seal.
That... No.
Como dije, eso es muerte. No sé qué tengo que hacer. Por lo menos me habré guardado, porque si no habría estado guapo.
We've been expecting.
Es un cachondo, a ver. No. No sé qué tengo que hacer.
No.
Vamos a intentar otra vez.
That doesn't... Oh.
Botella.
Nope. Nope.
¡La roca! Vale. Vale, la roca. Estamos avanzando. Hay que coger The Rock.
I don't know what it is, but something tells me I should pick up this rock.
Ah, vale, antes, vale. ¿Y era que le pegó con la roca en la cabeza? No sé.
You...
No. No sé, entonces... No, de verdad, no... ¿La roca con la camiseta?
I don't know... I'd rather not. That's... Oh. That doesn't...
La verdad que no tengo ni idea, ¿eh? Estoy mirando por todos lados qué es lo que puede ser.
But... I grind the seal with the rock until it's pointed and sharp.
Acabo de matar a un hombre. ¿Y el resto no hace nada? ¿Se quedan ahí parados? Buena tocha.
We made it.
Yes. I think that's the last time the Templars try to take over the world.
I need a cigarette.
Ray, what are your plans for the future?
For work. There's a new case in Guatemala. Drug smugglers. How about the two of you?
George and I will meet old friends.
Huh?
Pearl and Dwayne. I met them in York.
You're not serious, are you?
Oh, yes. George will visit them.
If you say so, honey.
And after that?
After that, we'll be in the Bahamas for a couple of weeks.
Hopefully without any adventures.
¿Código de victoria? Bueno, pues no sé. Vale, pues... Vamos a... Sí. Pues bueno, gente, pues hasta aquí... Broken Sword 2.5, el regreso de los Templarios. Terminamos ya la aventura, como dijeron, una aventura gráfica cortita. Volveremos a Cyberpunk con el DLC Phantom Liberty. Así que nada, gente, pues muchas gracias a todos por haber estado. Nos vemos en el siguiente. Como siempre os digo, ser bueno, parecerlo. Y hasta la próxima. Adiósito.